leadership mindsets in Ghana and really in Africa that need working on. One, that a leader is synonymous to a politician. Terrible mindset. I don't know how we got to the point where we only considered politicians as leaders. You see it in our rhetoric. When we make mention of a leader, what we actually mean is a politician. This is my experience, and you can disagree with me. Let me know in the comments what you think. Our mindset is skewed toward a leader being a politician, so much that we look past so many leadership potentials in our society. Like, we have so many leaders in our communities, in our society, that we don't even pay them any mind. We don't support what they are doing because, as far as we're concerned, they are not running for office, and that's terrible. I have never seen any society around the world that developed by only looking to politicians to solve all of their problems. We have leaders in our communities, leaders in their own right, pastors, you name them. You have a church full of young people with a congregation of, say, 500 or 1,000 people. He doesn't see himself as a leader. The people don't consider him a leader. As far as society is concerned, maybe as far as the church is concerned, they know, yeah, he's the one leading the church. But as far as the society and the nation building is concerned, we don't view those people as leaders. So we don't look at them in that regard and set the bar a little high so they can do whatever. As far as nobody voted for them, it's okay. They're not our leaders. But that's wrong. They are our leaders. Now, another terrible effect of this mindset is that it puts unnecessary pressure on our politicians. We think they can solve every little problem, including making sure our uncle or uncles or whatever family member we lost gets buried well. That's terrible. Too much pressure on our politicians. So they show up to funerals, to social gatherings and functions, and we expect them to do something that's even beyond the amount of money, for example, they are paid. The way that the society is skewed, it's almost as though politicians are all we have. We have no one else. If you're not running for office, if you're not holding political office, you're not really a leader. Nobody is looking at you to do anything. And the other terrible thing is that we don't support entrepreneurial initiatives. Why? Because as far as we're concerned, entrepreneurs are not leaders, really. Even among educated folks or elites, we don't really look around to say, that's a lead. We need to throw our weight behind this person. He's already doing a really good job, even without our support. Now imagine what he could do or what he would do with our support. It makes it such that if you want to be a leader, if you want to make an impact in the Ghanaian society, you have to go into politics. And that's toxic because not everyone is interested in politics. I am not interested in politics. I am not interested in running for office. But it's almost as though if you really want to make an impact, you have to stand to be voted for before your voice can be heard, before people can take you seriously. And that's not good. There's so many young people with brilliant ideas, with initiatives. Even in college, they are not even done with school yet, but they're already building a stock of ideas that if we come around them and support them, our societies will be transformed. But everyone is waiting for the next member of parliament to report their problems to. It's unnecessary. It gives the politicians too much power over us. It doesn't help us as far as developing our nation is concerned, and it limits other people. It places a lid on other people who have brilliant ideas, like I said, brilliant initiatives that we can support. So that mindset ought to be checked. When we say a leader, we're not talking about a politician. Matter of fact, a lot of politicians are not even leaders. Yes, they do occupy a position by virtue of their votes and by virtue of people electing them. But they're not necessarily leading us in anything. They're not leading us in solving problems. They're not leading us in coming up with solutions. They're not. So we need to change that mindset and broaden our scope of who a leader is. When we say a leader, we are not talking about politicians. We are not referring to even just the president. Is he a leader? Yeah, he is a leader. But our understanding of leadership needs to be broadened to include others. People who might not even ever appear on the television, but they are doing a great job somewhere in some village, in some community. We need to spot them and throw our weight behind them. If we can do that from town to town, from village to village, from community to community, from family to family, and begin shaping our mindset like that, it will take that pressure off the politicians, and we can equally hold them accountable for the monies that are given to them to do specific tasks, not everything. Nobody's looking to the member of parliament to solve every problem in the constituency. No, we have other leaders who are helping. And when we have different minds like that and we sit together, we are sharper. We have multiple ways of doing things. Not that because the political party is in power, it has to be their way. We're going to have other voices, and we're going to start making other leaders take responsibility. If you are a pastor pastoring a church, you are a leader. You are leading a group of people, especially if you have young people in your church. You have all these young lives that have been entrusted into your care. Please don't think you are not part of the solution process. You are a leader in your own right. And the more we conceive of and nurture this idea and teach it to young people in different ways, in diverse ways, we're going to have multiple leaders, and we're going to promote entrepreneurial abilities. People are going to start things, and we're going to give them the support they need. We're not going to expect them to spend their monies or borrow monies, run for office, and just ransack the national coffers to pay back their, borrowers. No. We're going to support them. We don't need everybody to become a politician. We need to change that mindset. Let me know what you think in the comments, and watch out for part 2. Thank you.